欢迎所有的球迷呢，在周日呢一起来到新庄体育馆，和我们一起观赏精彩的球赛。我是今天的主持人，球给彭真的彭真。
我是你们今天的主持人，我的名字叫做汉地 Handy。现场所有观众 ，Make some noise！Yeah！ 非常感谢呢，非常欢迎大家再一次回到我们的新庄城堡。那这边呢，也跟大家讲一下。 昨天呢，我们的这个皇家 DJ 他有去参加一个比赛，那他今天回到我们的主场来了。那他在这个昨天的比赛呢，代表我们新北国王呢，他也穿着我们新北国王的衣服拿下这场胜利，也就是我们昨天拿到冠军的灵魂人物 DJ 上。
今天是冠军 DJ， 接下来就换我们新北国王了。
哪一个主场有我们这种冠军 DJ 呢？ 没错，大家给上一点掌声吧，感谢我们的上。好的，终于呢又在我们的新庄城堡看到大家了，诸位最熟悉的地方。那这个我们在昨天呢，以及那个上周，我们都有讲过，但是非常重要的事情要讲3次哦，超过3次我们就不会再讲了。所以我们一起把目光放到我们上方，没错，我们听到大家的声音了，我们升级了全新的高清大荧幕，大家掌声鼓励。
哇，这个大荧幕很值得讲3次啊！
对，值得讲3次哦。那这个3次之后，大家要自己去 follow 一下，这个应该蛮明显的。好的，那本周呢是我们的开幕战主题周，我们将持续呼应我们的口号 ，Crown the City， 王城荣耀。那我们立基于新北市来到了第3年，新北国王持续贯彻我们的核心理念，我们期许每个赛季都可以创下更好的佳绩。 与在座的诸位一起将我们的荣耀带回新北市，让我们一起 Crown the City。
那提早进场的朋友呢，都会拿到我们的拍拍扇。记得呢，在比赛的时候跟着我们一起节奏，一起敲打你的拍拍扇。那比赛结束之后呢，拍拍扇上面都会有每一场的主场赛事，所以呢，大家可以带回去，就可以知道下一场比赛是什么时候。那另外呢，我们的拍拍扇也会有 Queens 的海报以及其他的限量小礼物，那都数量有限，大家都要把握一下。
没错，大家一定要加紧脚步，把握机会。那我们城堡周边活动有 Crown the Citizen 小游戏，还有 Area 02城堡夹鞋机，以及王道银行还有 Global Malls 环球购物中心所准备的活动。欢迎我们进场的球迷朋友们呢，可以利用这个空档时间呢，可以去好好的体验一下。另外呢，我们今天的禁卫军预测是第1位抢下篮板的禁卫军。 想要参加预测的球迷朋友们，等一下呢，利用空档时间，在比赛开始之前投下你神圣的一票，我们将会抽出1位，赠送我们 Kings 皇家露营椅。
那今天的中场小游戏呢，跟昨天一样呢，都是我们 Kings Logo Shot。昨天很可惜呢，没有让大家带走由 Area 02提供的 Travis Scott 跟 Air Jordan 1的联名鞋款。今天呢，我们从5位 变成8位，哇！所以等一下呢，我们在中间呢就会节间呢就会寻找这8位朋友，球迷朋友如果想要获得这双 Air Jordan 1跟 Travis Scott 联名的摩卡配色鞋款呢，记得呢踊跃的发出你的声音，我们把球传给你。我们中场小游戏见。
没错，好 ，All right， 今天呢，我们除了我们等等 Queens 的啦啦队开场表演之外，我们今天也特别邀请到了 位于新北市辅仁大学竞技啦啦队来为我们做开场表演。现场所有观众拿起你的拍拍扇以及你们的声音，让我们欢迎辅大竞技啦啦队 ！Yes sir！
I'm all about the hustle. Ain't even holding no best. I'm all about the muscle. Levels on 10, standing on stairs. See the buckets in the air. Getting real wild. Rolling in the wind. Standing on
Social media superstars, yep, that's who we are.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, count.
Baby from the city, walked into the door. I turned around when I heard a sound, our footsteps on the floor. Love just like addiction, now I'm hooked on you. I need some time to get it right, your love won't see me through. Baby, make your mind up, give me what you got. Fix me with your loving, shut the door and turn the lock. Hey, go get the doctor, doctor came too late. Another night, I feel all right, my love for you can't wait, wait.
好的，谢谢我们的福大竞技啦啦队。那接下来呢，让我们欢迎我们全新的新美国啦啦队 New Taipei Queens。All right, DJ sound, drop the Queens.
Hey, Rich.
I don't know what y'all doing. I'm taking care of my people. Fuck the fame, fuck the clout, fuck everything that comes with it. Yeah. Bitch. I'ma break down, I'ma go down with a drum, I'ma shake down every single bomb with a gun. Don't hate now, bitch. I'm number one, have fun. I'ma play now, I'ma hang now. I'ma break down, I'ma go down with a drum, I'ma shake down every single bomb with a gun. Don't hate now, bitch. I'm number one, have fun. I'ma play now, I'ma hang now. I've been posted on the block. I've been shopping till I drop. Got my papers worth a rock. I don't hang with fucking ops. Yeah, fuck it up and get turned. Spin a fucking record. I've been feeling better. You just finna get worse. Going head first, shorty get in bed first. No effort, I take it to the next verse. Yeah, I'ma set her up like water. Bitch, I'm magic with my dad, no Harry Potter. Wanna apologize for taking on your daughter. Yeah, doggers. on lean, no drink, no walk. Think I'd rather go and smoke crack rock. You can see I'm the G on the block. I'ma break down, I'ma go down with a drum, I'ma shake down. Every single bomb with a gun, don't hate now. Bitch, I'm number one, have fun, I'ma play now. I'ma play now.
Bang, 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 bang,
Like a drum.
bang, 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 bang.
Nigga, eat this ass like a plum. This pussy tight like a nun. Better chew it up like it's gum. Then wipe your mouth when you done. So sexy, I can make gala in the robe. I can body every look and I can body every pose. Neck full of diamonds, yeah, I'm forever froze. Will Cardi ever fall up? Bitch, you never know. Woo! Beat it up. Wait, bitch, I'm hot. Like new product. Pussy get popping nada. Looking like money. You could print my face on a dollar. This pussy dominicana. This pussy americana. Ayy, si tú quieres que te toma, toma. Put a couple cribs on my own, I'm a owner. Beat it up.
Real hot girl shit.
Yeah, got it.
接下来给我们的新北国王大队 New Taipei Queens， 谢谢我们的女王们，感谢你们带来全新非常好看的表演。
相信各位已经迫不及待，新赛季第一次面对空中部队桃园璞园领航员。首先为各位介绍客队桃园璞园领航员篮球队，2号陈玉瑞，6号关达佑，7号乔楚瑜，10号林志伟，25号林正，27号张镇雅，30号白耀成，42号沃许本，69号卢俊祥。接下来为大家介绍先发5人 Starting Five： 0号周怡翔，1号丁恩迪，5号密克斯，12号李家康，55号哈克，董事长李仲树，总教练卡米诺斯，助理教练及球员发展总监杨一峰，助理教练方启峰、马怡宏、韩维杰，数据分析师柯焕维。请所有球迷朋友们将目光移至上方大荧幕。
他去多打到1号位了，吸收经验了。现在是 Randall Walker 要付出代价，林书豪变挡加速，净赚加码。
接下来进场的是新北国王，首先为各位介绍 Number 4， 御膳大厨李伟霆。Number 10， 禁卫军弓箭手微笑射手 JJ 简佑哲。 Number 24，大心脏后场指挥官小胖洪志胜。Number 72，观众就爱看小李林玉仁。Number 3，皇家警卫军小敏陈志南。Number 19，皇家大锁棒哥林俊芳。Number 11，新北皇家坦克王柏芝。Number 49，禁卫军防守悍将阿宅翟正浩。Number 33，城堡守护者 Christian Ernicke。接下来为各位介绍新北国王先发5人 ，Starting Five。Number 9，全能后场指挥官，新北标风玫瑰李凯燕。Number 45，空中冲锋部队 Kenny Manigo。Number 17，我大苏西苏世勋。Number 5，禁区猛兽，年度最佳洋将熊大Byron Mullins。It's time, Number 7，展现王者风范，掌控全场节奏 ，Jeremy Lin收啦！
中将拉马上助理教练 Mark 林振宇，球队经理洪志福，球队助理洪承渊，心理咨询师 Clay Dennis， 首席体能教练张崇熙，体能教练刘振宇，防务员邱博凯、吴忠豪，数据及影片分析师李维恩，总经理毛家恩，执行长陈信生，董事长王文祥。
好的，一样的，在这个时候，我们需要我们现场所有球迷朋友们拿起你们的排扇以及你们的声音，等一下呢，跟我们一起来练习我们新北国王的加油以及应援。OK， 这边呢邀请到我们新北国王啦队 New Taipei Queens 来到我们的场中央，欢迎我们的女王们，感谢你们。好的，一样，我们呢会先由我们的进攻，我们先从我们的进攻开始。
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, seniors and youth. It's the seniors versus the youth. It's the Pauian Pilots here to play the New Taipei Kings at Xingzhuang Gymnasium in New Taipei. The squad of the youngest locals versus the team with the most experienced locals, as we say on the English broadcast. Hello, everyone. I'm Ryan Chen, your Plus League English play-by-play as always. The Kings now have 2 wins in the Plus League, winning their opener and last night at home against the Xingzhou Lioneers. They've had the lead for 92% of the minutes played, showing off their dominance to start the season. On the Mandarin broadcast, it's 小胡胡君奇 and 菜包蔡景景。球迷朋友们，你找到了官方的英文转播哟，要看小胡跟蔡景景的讲评，当然就按到中文的转播连接。谢谢你的收看，记得转播都要按赞。To mention the road team, the Taoyuan Pilots last season were battling the Kings for the #1 seed in the regular season standings for much of the first half before 9 straight losses, including 4 games against the Kings, sunk them behind by 4 games in the standings. They eventually landed in the 3rd seed overall spot before falling to the Braves in the very first round of the playoffs, having missed last season as the last place team. Speaking of last night, the Kings won 111-87 and are sticking with the same trio of import players. There you see Tony Mitchell working on the exercise bike, but not active for today's game. Christian Inigue, the rookie out of University of California, Davis, has done a fairly good job to start the season, including playing in the East Asia Super League game for the Kings back on November 8th to really kick off their season as part of that Championships League. Yesterday, Tank Wang Bozi came into a lot of fanfare, making his Kings debut at home, and in a limited time was receiving the cheers we've become accustomed to for our Tank here in Taiwan. A plus league career, 56 games, 4.4 points, 2.9 rebound. That seems pretty modest. We actually asked Wang Bozi about it pregame. His best game versus the Pilots came back in season 2 with 11 points, but only 4 of 12 field goal shooting. His best ever, 25.6 rebounds versus Sim and the Lioneers.
有一段时间没有在球场上比赛了嘛，那又刚好在这里又有机会，又有这个空档，刚好可以出手。那进了，当然可能我也不知道为什么大家都开心了。他们可能觉得这么胖的人怎么可以这样打球？没事就闲聊啊，开开玩笑啊，对啊，可能我们长得比较讨喜吧。
所以他们也会来闹你。
对啊，就这边的话，现在就跟偶尔跟 Kenny 还是 Kenny 跟 Chris 都会玩一下，就闹一下，对啊，开开玩笑。
那你是跟他们讲英文还是？
讲英文啊，讲英文，对啊。
哦，所以英文还不错。
没有，很烂很烂。
There's the classic Tank humor, sharing that maybe the fanfare is because he hasn't played in a while and just taking his open opportunities when he can. Probably referring to the fans for thinking, how can a man so large in size play basketball? Well, he does, and as actually complimented by Byron Mullins in last year's Yangjiang Mangsama, where Mullins said he's the one guy that Byron Mullins had a hard time scoring against. And last, sharing his relationship with Femi Olujobi, saying that they're both likable looking. Taoshi, that's what it is. A lot of chatting and joking around in English, which Tank admitted in his humorous ways that is actually not a strong suit of his in his broken English. To a youngster on the other side, Jackie Lee Jiaokang. He only first played in March 26 against the Steelers, 16 points, 5 steals, especially brought in to guard Jeremy Lin for that particular game, and then started 13 straight games, so really on the good side of Coach Yergi Caminos. Speaking to him pre-game, learning about kind of the new look of the team, besides being young, a couple of vets, different imports. How will that shake things up for their season about to begin?
我觉得可能在落后的时候的处理球的能力跟那个控场的组织，我觉得像就今年多了两个老将嘛，后卫的后场可能就多了一个塔克跟雪林哥啊，塔克可能就是他的得分能力很好，然后还有他的传球视野也不错，然后还有雪林哥可能就是控场组织的能力都很好，还有切入 的突破技巧。然后我觉得在这方面对我们后场带来的可能就是进攻流动性比较稳定一点，然后可能在球队遇到乱流的时候，可以帮助我们在后场的时候可以稳定一点的进攻这样子。
Jackie sharing that when we're behind Anthony Tucker and new Xuezhang senior player named Ryan Li Xueling, Ryan Li can provide different boosts to the team offensively. Tucker can pass and score. Ryan can organize the offense, giving them more stability and more consistency on the offensive end. And the Pilots are known for being a very defensive team, but as you can imagine, the scoring part sometimes gets slowed up. And a lot of that, I kind of go back to how defense, the harder you play, the more it takes out of your legs, but that's taking away from their offensive side of the ball. So according to our broadcast partners, we're going to show you where some of that local scoring punch might come from, and a couple of players even younger. Well, Coach Caminos in his second season with the Pauian Pilots. See if they can get off to a good start this season as well. In yesterday's game, Joseph Lin sustained a little bit of a leg injury, so he'll be sitting out tonight's matchup, having started the first 2 games for the Kings. So a little bit of a shakeup to their lineup, but nothing too dramatic, as I'll explain that number 17, Big Sushi, is actually often in there. Byron Mullen sporting the Jason Washburn headband, as we share last season the import of the season with 22 points per game, a league-leading almost 16 rebounds per game, and a very lethal shooter from the outside at 36%. So far in 2 games, in the third season for him with the Kings after a brief stint in season 2. Only 10 and 12 points, 12 rebounds per game, but only a combined 1 for 10 shooting the 3 ball. Now the Kings, as mentioned, are 2-0 in the standings, so he's still got some runway to get himself worked into action. In the finals, he was a 20 points per game scorer at 55% from the field, so that's solid. And the positives, I would say, though, as shown on the graphic, 12 rebounds, so he's still working hard there. And I think also important is only 1 turnover. The Kings sometimes will have a high screen and roll, and so the big man might be very important in handling the rock and finding an open teammate. We'll be bringing you starting lineup soon enough. The Kings in a black jersey and the Pilots in white, as we see the 3 officials for the game. Yang Ming-sun on the left, in the center Lai Jinsong as the crew chief. There's the Pilot starting lineup with Andy, D&D, Shan Zoe Xiang, Jack Lee Jiakong, Kennedy Meeks next to Anthony Tucker. And on the King side, it's Byron Mullins, Big Sushi, Su Sushun, Kenny Manigault, Jeremy Lin, and Kao Li Kayin. The change being bringing local big Su Sushun in for Joseph. That'll free up on the defensive end Kenny Manigault to be a little bit more of a rover. The Pilots with a new white jersey look with a lot of extra blue trimming around. And there's Anthony Tucker, very popular player in the Plus League. Started off as a member of the Formosa Dreamers. Then a second season with the Steelers, but it's been almost 673 days since his last Plus League appearance. Tip is up and won by the Kings. Jeremy down screen for Mullins, now on the block, trying to work against Andy. The shot is off target. Tucker had an open look, but will keep his dribble alive. Down to Meeks with a Mullins guarding him. And a swish. First score of the season for the Pilots. Number 5, Kennedy Meeks. spent a couple years in the Japanese B-League. His best season was with Hokkaido. As there's a made shot by Byron Mullins from the outside. Now Kings will also switch a lot, so Big Sushi is guarding Tucker, one of the rare players sporting long socks here in the Plus League. Crossing over right, going to the step back, 45, and he hits it. Welcome back, Anthony Tucker. Funny enough, when the Steelers and Kings joined the Plus League, Anthony Tucker in 6 games with the Steelers never actually played the Kings, as that one's poked away from Jeremy. They're actually going to say Pilots ball. Get another look at the recovery by Andy, just a little late. Going the other way. Tucker now wearing number 55. Taoyuan with Andy around him as a little bit of an obstacle in the way, so they pass out of it. Weird spacing as Lee Jiakong. Kind of unlucky there for Lee Kai-yin. Be the first foul of the game as Lee Jiakong, as you know, he's going to dribble right. Applauded many times for his defensive toughness, but his offensive game rather limited. Meeks fading away, and another one. Byron Mullins can't make it 2 in a row after the high bounce. Staying hot? No. It's off the mark as Amdi brushes it out of bounds. I had the same look as the referee, and I agree with him. Get another look at going across the lane and beautifully off glass. Jeremy with a touch, driving right, creating space against Jackie, stepping in and floating it in is Jeremy Lin. Yesterday, 26 points. And a winning effort for the Kings, mainly doing all their work in the 3rd quarter. Jackie fires away from the corner, and that's good. Pretty good start for the Pilots. You see Jason Washburn, I think wearing Byron Mullins' headband, or kind of funny that they do it for pregame as Tucker steps back for another try. Amdi brushes it to a teammate. Jackie with another. A little strong, but the long rebound back to the Pilots. Andy's already fell a couple times in the game. Maybe he doesn't have his legs under him. Meeks with a lane, bumps one out of the way and finishes at the rim. Anthony Tucker credit with the assist. There's Tucker guarding Jeremy Lin, but Andy blitzes. Will brush it out of bounds. Good 2-man game by those 2 gentlemen there. Jeremy Lin and Byron Mullins in the high pick and roll. The pass is floated in. Trying to finish through Meeks, and eventually the whistle comes from the crew chief, Lai Jianzong. Kind of a risky pass there, but Byron Mullins is the tallest man in there, so. There you see, got hit by Meeks, then trying to free his arms going up, and eventually saved by the slot official. Jeremy down low quick, and a little reverse. Yesterday, on a baseline inbounds play, Oscar passed it off of Jeremy's back and scored, but the Kings also have had their success with baseline plays. Tucker back to Ambi, and he was fouled on the way to the basket. Trying to communicate There you see between Manigault, Jeremy, and Big Sushi or James, the pick and roll coverage. There you see he's dropping, but not exactly covering the man he's supposed to, I think. So if a free throw is made, maybe Anthony Tucker could get himself another assist as his rule changes to FIBA scorekeeping. First made free throw for Andy on the season. Number 1 for the Pilots out of Tsinghua University. He goes 2 for 2. A 14-7 lead for the Pilots as a floated pass to Mullins is tipped away by Meeks. Back in the corner looking for a pass. Meeks in the paint, but blocked away by Big Sushi. And here comes the deep pass. Lee Kai-in will score it easily. There's the defense turning into offense for the Kings, their calling card. Manigault provides a little bit of help, guarding Anthony Tucker. Loaded up for Andy, who can't brush it in. And Tucker could not follow it up. Numbers for the Kings as Jeremy to Manigault with the eventual score. Took an extra swirl around the cup. That's all right. Just more time for the Kings to get back on defense. Meeks now from the left corner, rattles it home. Looking up at the big board. Meeks has an early 9 points in the game as Jeremy from way downtown. Trying to go with a deep inbound pass with Big Sushi to get credit for the deflection. Not an official basketball stat, but also something that teams look out for as Lee Kai-in, after the layup, knocks down a three-pointer. Yesterday's game, 7 points as Andy, they say a foul at the rim. I want to get another look at that one, but we'll be going to our first timeout of the matchup between the Pauian Pilots and the new Taipei Kings here, as week 2 here in the Plus League continues on. First commercial break back. That means it's time to check if you hit the thumbs up on the stream. Good sign for the Kings. Lee Kai-in with 5 early points in this one. He missed all of his three-pointers yesterday, so that's a real good sign to the start of this one. On the other side, it's Kennedy Meeks, who's been going to work against the Kings defense. Former Toronto Raptors prospect with the Raptors 905. As mentioned, spent time in the B-League, 1 season in the KBL, was in France for a season. Oh, he's got a lot of stamps in his passport. Byron Mullins, we put up a graphic early about his shooting woes to start the season, but has a three-pointer in this one. And he's really a three-point shooter who can get him in bunches. Opposite to him on the block is Christian Inigue. Inigue goes to the screen. There's no pass on the back door. Goes Jeremy to Mullins on the roll. The left hand, in and out. Very close. Trying to go back door, but Mullins' long arms takes that away. Little 3-on-2 as Kyle from the free throw line will miss. As he throws it to Andy's arms. Intended target for Jeremy. 3 steals for the Kings, 2 for the Pilots, as indicated on our scorebook. Taoyuan, not a lot of touches in the game, guarded by Jayosa, who subbed in too. We'll try a floating three-pointer, and that rolls in. The former SBL MVP with a new club here. After last year signing with the Steelers, partway through the season, there's a whistle and they say an illegal screen. See it on the pick and roll. His left foot kind of floats behind his body as part of his shooting motion. Coming into the game, number 69, Lu Junxiang, the real only local scoring threat for the Pilots, in with Jason Washburn. Taoyuan feeling some confidence, guarded by Hong Sen. Finds himself going to the rim, but blows it at the layup. Here come the Kings the other way. A little 2-on-2 as Inigue finishes it thanks to the feed from Kyle. Pretty exciting basketball both ways. 6 assists for both teams. Tucker left open. He tries a 3. That's no good. It was actually supposed to be the head coach of the now defunct Taichung Suns, he was a player for Coach Camino. Some synergy there. Mullins, another one! In the face of Jason Washburn. Through pass as Anthony Tucker slips behind the defense. Man defense as Inigue slips. Finally secures it. Byron Mullins, good cut, but couldn't finish the layup. Trying to ask for a foul from the referees. Mismatch there for Jason Washburn. Holds the sound on him, faking out one and fouled as pretty enraged Byron Mullins smacks Christian Inigue, his teammate, under the basket. Byron Mullins poking Washburn, oh no, hooking him with the other hand, and then the unintended response afterwards. All save for Byron Mullins. He has not shot many free throws on the season. So at the line, Jason Washburn. Last season, 21 points per game, was 5th overall as Meeks picks him up. A little putback to make it a 3-point trip for the Pilots. 21 points per game, 5th in the plus league. It's also would be on the leaderboard for rebounds, 10.6, as Manigal makes a move and scores it in the paint. Pass is a little bit too high. I feel like the Pilots are trying to get the ball into the paint over the top quite a bit. Get another look at Mullins. He thought he was hit, and I think there is an argument on the wrist and on the head. Countryman over to Inigue, a dribble pull-up. Wow, classic KG kind of move there. JJ trying to jump last year's Rookie of the Year Pauian. Down to Meeks. He's got the size and strong finish as Manigault got a hand on it. Turned into one of the highlight plays in the Kings game against the SK Knights. Circling around, Chen fades away and scores the mid-range. Yesterday, only 2 points on 1 of 4 shooting yesterday, though. He had his opening. Washburn can't finish the hook. Kicking it to Inigue, overshoots it as Manigault takes a little bit of a stumble, but recovers. We're gonna slow it up. I don't think Taoyuan's taking a rest in this first quarter. Going to the basket as Washburn finishes on the oop. Numbers though for the Kings the other way. Inigue fouled as crashed into by Meeks. Christian Inigue is taking his lumps on the game. Get another look. Nobody in the middle of the defense. I think it was just Jason Washburn. Might have got pushed by Inigue, but in any case, the other way, it's a foul and more free throws for number 33. Taoyuan was working off of a pretty serious leg injury, and then his shoulders weren't bothering him. Came back to a lot of fanfare when he joined the Steelers. And even Jeremy gave him a shout out saying they were previous teammates and wants him to be healthy for the season, more so than the performance on the court. Little horn set for the Pilots as eventually Pauian or Ethan gets the pass off to Washburn. Now looking for Washburn on the block. There he is. Pauian catches, shoot, in and out. Manigault strong rebound, looking for an outlet, going down the floor. Justin gets in his way, the runner miss, and Inigue's there on the other side. Kings cut the deficit down to 2 with 26 seconds left on the first quarter clock. Jason Washburn ball screen as Inigue switched. Face one way, no openings. So Meeks stripped out of bounds. Good defensive play by Kenny Manigault. Caminos indicating to his players they have 2 fouls to give. League leader number 72 into inbound as Jeremy tripped up initially. Guarded by Li Jiakong, a couple screens ready for him. Continuing right, the fadeaway jumper, and just short. Would have been a very difficult shot. At the end of the first quarter, it's the visiting Pilots up against the Kings here at home on the Sunday finale here in the Plus League Week 2. We'll be back after these messages.
可以看一下呢，自己呢有没有出现在我们上方大荧幕，跟着简佑哲一起比一个3分球的手势。Yes sir。 Hello， 一起比出个3分球，没问题，没问题。等一下呢，就下起3分雨 ，Let's go， 这个专业的。Hello，Welcome to Studio， 欢迎你们来到新庄体育馆，一起比一个3分球。没问题的，这个力道没问题。等一下，新美光绝对下起3分雨。跟着我们一起比出你的手势 ，OK OK。I see you， 我们看到你了，可以哦，没问题的，3分爆头没问题。今天我生日，想看博智灌篮，好，我们收到了。来喽，来喽 ，Naruto Sasuke， 3 points。Hello， 欢迎你们来新庄体育馆。Queens 也要投个3分球吗？哎，在练舞是不是？可以哦。3分球，3 points。一起在新庄下起3分雨。
This season's new Plus League merch is out. Head to PLeagueofficial.com/shop. Solid crowd on hand to watch this back-to-back game for the new Taipei Kings. Anthony Tucker with a third team now in the Plus League after formerly being a dreamer in the Plus League inaugural season and then a Steeler. He was going to go into coaching before, during this offseason, his team actually was disbanded. Little elevator play for Justin, number 69, who loses his dribble, and Chen now throws it right back to him. He's giving Ethan a lot of space as Jason Washburn tries it off the backboard. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. They're looking for Byron Mullins, who stepped all the way out beyond the arc. Now setting the screen for Jeremy as Jackie got a hand on it. Good deflection again. It's the Pilots on the run. Zhao Kong after Ethan down to Washburn. Mismatch as Jeremy reaches in and fouls. I think the Pilots could have done a little bit better than an outside pass to Noah. Getting a look at Jason Washburn. If that's put in the dictionary for lucky shot, I would approve. Washburn now with 6 points on the night as Meeks shoots mid-range. He tries the backboard. Another long rebound to the Pilots. Justin, his first shot of the game. He gets it off the backboard. The Kings need to do something about the goal here at their own home court. Couple 3-pointers in a row as the Pilots make it an 8-point game. We'll head to a break. Back after this.
8位球迷朋友们，帮我发出点噪音。如果你中场想要上来玩小游戏的话，
来，把你们双手借给我们。
我跟你们说，1楼、2楼、3楼的朋友，我们都是有办法送上去的，所以发出点噪音。
这边有没有给我一个尖叫声哦？还有3个机会，把握机会，把你们双手借给我们。
This season, the Plus League launched the Quan and Ryan Show. PLG 国际调查部 talking about the East Asia Super League and basketball in the region. Subscribe to the Plus League YouTube channel so you don't miss out. A couple of banked in threes for the Pilots as Coach Marchand thinking he's got to maybe stop this tide of Pilots scoring with a timeout. So the Pilots famously swept the Lioneers last season in the regular season, but the Kings actually have the 7-win to 1-loss record against the Pilots. The Pilots' lone win was at home back on December 17th. It's part of their 10 straight wins, which set the record, as did their 9 straight losses. Jeremy, nobody checks him, but he fires a pass a little bit too hot for Manigault, who tried to catch it and pass it with one hand. Ethan into the mid-range, down to Washburn, who spins into Byron Mullins. I figured he could spin into Jeremy Lin for a better opening. Mullins lines up a 3 and had it all the way. Number 5 is hot. 9 points on 3 made threes. Justin, a couple defenders on him, fades away. It was very difficult as there's a foul whistle on the rebounding effort. I'm going to say it's on Kenny Manigault. There you see Mullins got to walk into an open 3. Inbound, working in the mid-range, leaning on Kenny Manigault as the ball bounces in. Already 15 points in the official regular season debut for Kennedy Meeks. Played for the Pilots in the preseason as Manigault overshoots that 3. As Ethan can't finish on the layup. Another opportunity as the Kings need to do a better job rebounding. Jackie will fire away. Jeremy spinning but trapped. Tied up by Kennedy Meeks. It will stay with the Kings. I'm sure Jeremy thought he had a great opportunity there, but better defense won out on that play. Andy coming along with Anthony Tucker. As Mullins close with that one. Anthony Tucker, they call him Professor Tucker. Same side as Justin tries to fly to the reverse. Needs a little bit more air. Jeremy probing for some space. Out to Ling from way deep. A bad crank as Byron Mullins in the perfect spot to put it back in. I'm pretty sure Coach Marchand will not really like Ling to miss so badly from so far away. You can also see on screen Caminos trying to get the attention of any referee. Andy on the screen and roll, and there's a later whistle. They're going to call it on Jeremy, who waiting out for the substitutions by the Kings. I think they do have a little bit of argument. There's a good roll by Andy, but if he can finish in the mid-range, Maybe with a little runner or floater, that would be better. But Jeremy did crash into him in the restricted area, so not clean defense either. Third foul for Jeremy, and he'll come off for Venti. Hong Zisan. Xiang from the left corner, can't get it to fall as Andy, and one on the, would you call that a dunk attempt? But in any case, doing his work on the offensive board. Getting a look, JJ behind him, all he can do was foul, and enough air for Andy Mustafa Dang out of Senegal. Now the lead is 10 points for the Pirates. From left to right, Tang, Hayden Blankley, their Asian import, or the Plus League import, and Joseph Lin in the sweater as Byron Mullins makes a move and gets a foul out of the Pilots. There's the Washburn's left arm pushing into Mullins. Byron Mullins with that free throw brings his point total to 12. The top scorer for the Kings. Pushing the back by JJ, and that'll be free throws for the Pilots. Zoe Xiang kind of working off something with that right knee. Actually, I think more or less his left foot tripped on Jason Washburn, more so than getting pushed. Now at the free throw line, Zoe Xiang last season played 29 minutes per game with the Steelers in 7 games. Not nearly as efficient of a scorer as we remember him back in the SBL. Eventually shut down on the year to recover from that injury. As Mullins can't rush it out. And the Pilots notably trying to indicate it should be a 2-pointer based on the basket interference. I think the referee indicated they want to look at it during a dead ball. Venti, easy 3-pointer for number 24. Almost gets better with age, Venti. Tucker working with Washburn. Over 3, can't get the answer. Lee Taoyuan working with Mullins on the screen. Over to Big Sushi. He bottoms it. Last year, struggled to shoot the ball from the outside. That's a good sign for the new Taipei Kings if James can start hitting them at a solid percentage. Timeout called by the Pilots. Actually scoring from their local bigs was something that the Kings were looking out for. Previously, Quincy Davis had a career year shooting the ball from beyond the arc. As mentioned in a previous broadcast, for the first time today, suspended for 20 games for some off-court situation. Finally finding the box score. Su Zixun last season, 7 for 37 beyond the arc, and also only 9 for 20 shooting from the free throw line. There you see the ball on the cylinder, and certainly he's got an argument. The main crux is if the ball leaves the cylinder, because if it's in it and you interfere, quote unquote, it's only the 1 point. But if it bounces out, could it be counted for 2 points? In the game that the Kings are making a comeback in, it'd be a nice boost for the Pilots. And they confirm it's just going to be 1.
裁判领航员请求暂停。裁判老师维持原判。
And it looks like an additional timeout will be either additional or... Anyway, some confusion as I think the scorer's table said it was going to be... The initial call was supposed to be called make it 2, and then the review made it a 1 point on just the free throw. And now officially we have our timeout by the Pilots. In yesterday's game, the Kings, despite only shooting 8 for 38 from beyond the arc, or 21%, able to score 111 points. That's quite good efficiency otherwise. So far in this game, they need to be adjusting to the Pilots, who are able to get some over-the-top passes to their bigs. They have done a much better job in the second quarter. You can follow along to the game statistics. PLeagueofficial.com/game/428 is the particular code. Abs our website provider by Next Turn Technologies. And a long, prolonged timeout for this broadcast is concerned. So far in this game, the Kings are 6 of 12, and large part thanks to Mullins, 3 for 5 beyond the arc. Meanwhile, on the Pilot side, 6 individual has a singular made 3. To thank the backboard on the visitor side. Back to the action with 6.5 to go in the first half. Last year's first overall pick, Maya Zhangzhenya, number 27, fakes the screen, now cuts to the wing. As Washburn is initially looking for Tucker, now going right at Big Sushi and scores with a spinning hook. Washburn has got quite a deep bag with moves in the paint. JJ putting the moves on Sean. Little misdirection. Lee Kyenfried in the corner, but too short. The shot, that is. After getting it back from Washburn. To Andy from the left corner. He'll try a jumper. Got it. During the preseason, Andy was actually criticized for some of his outside shot selection. 0 for 2, and overall 5 for 16, but can't defend Mullins without fouling. That's going to be his first personal on the night. Get another look at the spacing as Byron Mullins came down to help. Didn't offer a contest, and there's 3 points for Andy, who now has 9 on the night. But on the other side, couldn't keep up with Byron Mullins' spin move. Good with the first. Last season, Byron Mullins was a 65% free throw shooter. So far in the game, he is a spotless record in that department. 4 for 4 as Tucker a soft double team. Washburn, long possession, driving on James. Mullins up in the air, the foul, and the basket. And waiting to come in the game is Christian Inigue and Kenny Manigault to provide more support, as Jason Washburn has had his way against the local big of the Kings.
Substitution,
Haven't seen Kennedy Meeks for a while, but Jason Washburn is close to matching his teammate and the top scoring pilot of the game. He has 12. Meeks has 15, ready to check into the game. Free throw is good, and scorer's table almost missed that substitution. To the corner, Venti with a good contest by Tucker. Manigault gets the long rebound. Manigault maneuvering right on Zhang Zhenya, tied up. And the referees are going to indicate foul, but I would say good effort by Ma Yao. Look at that one, just hanging in there, and kind of unlucky with a call, but maybe that's one of those rookie tuition kind of calls for the referees. Couple of free throws coming up for Kenny Manigault. The Pilots do have one more foul to give. Not in this situation, of course. Too strong with the first one. Free throw shooting wasn't the strongest suit for the Kings last season, even though they were the best three-point shooting team. Last year, 67% from the line. 67.1, that is, which is below the league average 67.7. Zoe Zhang directing traffic, as that's his new nickname, the head of the Department of Transportation. Smart cup, a strip from the side. Meeks follows it up with a score up close. Pilots are really just winning a lot of these 50-50 balls. Giving Manigault a step. He tries from deep. Skip pass to Justin, a big three. Venti thought about a deep pass, but no one checks him. He'll try. Quite a few outside misses. Would have been a good pass, but deflected. 2-on-2 for the Pilots. Justin fouled by Venti, trying to make an inside move. Right now, the pace of the game favoring the Pilots as the Zoe Zhang stripped from behind, but lucky ricochet right to Meeks, and a great head fake to get Anigue up in the air. There's the ball goes up, but the hands go down, so an easy indicator for the referees, or should be an easy indicator. Let's listen to the Pilots timeout.
Even if Tucker, you don't screen, forget it not. Yeah, even if you don't screen, leave and go.
They're calling push or stop light. No matter what, they're icing the screen. Okay, they're trying to jump, so I can't use the screen. We gotta set the screen. Just dive. Yeah, just dive. Yeah. I'll go and you dive.
Only.
On the other side, Coach Ryan not wearing the Kings timeout, so it'll be a little bit harder to hear him. Jeremy was sitting by the scorer's table to get subbed in, so Marchand wanted to also provide instructions. Here you see his brother traded for by the Kings last season, and was probably the most outstanding player for the Kings in the final, even in their 2-4 eventual fall in that series. the line. Liu Junxiang was the Porsche Player of the Month, ahead of Byron Mullins, which I know kind of irked number 5. He actually won it for the month of December and January, which Byron Mullins sandwiched by winning it in November and February. And then the game kind of just changed up with Jeremy Lin, the winner of 3 straight Player of the Month and 7 straight Player of the Weeks. He tried to get the Steelers into the playoffs for the first time in team history. Of course, with a deep pass up top, it's Byron Mullins on Zoe Xiang, spinning baseline, a great move, and getting the friendly bounce does Byron Mullins. Having a good game. Tucker in the middle, out to Ambi, already hit one before, now taking it to the rack, the running hook shot. That would have been a very new look for Ambi, but would be impressive. Jeremy going at Jackie, back to Kyle, his 3, and no. Rebound to the Kings as Jeremy puts up a quick one. And an easy 3 for number 7. Immediately the Pilots want to call timeout and talk it over. Kings cut the deficit to 8 points, but Camino's probably sensing the momentum, and you can kind of feel it through the broadcast. There you see Mullins spinning really easy. Ambi just a little late on the help side, and over here, Jeremy from just a step behind the 3-point arc. As Li Jiakang kind of got lost there, Anthony Tucker couldn't come over in time. A lot of familiar fanfare and memorabilia and signs of support for Jeremy Lin and Joseph Lin at Xingzhuang Gymnasium. Some familiar customers, even from Jeremy's days playing with the Steelers, that was just last season. Finally, the Queens make way for the basketball to get going again. Little pressure from the Kings as Andy from the midcourt catches the pass. Sean, screen for Andy as Byron Mullins just snatches it away. Century 9 from the left corner, will try the 3 and hit. That cuts the Pilots' lead down to 5. Taoyuan kind of just walked into that turnover there. Good hand by Mullins. They have a mismatch, but no pass as Andy needs to reset. Decent idea by Li Jiakang as the Kings eventually collect it. Have a chance to cut into the lead even more, have all the momentum in the world, and a mismatch as Andy on the deflection, the steal. Take foul by Chen. Pilots want an unsportsmanlike. Have to see it again. It's kind of a risky foul there, but if it's your way, it's not a bad play. The referees, led by Lai Jinzong, look like they're gonna look it over again. Would be a great momentum killer. I will say, the Pilots do seem like they're losing the composure though, arguing a lot of foul calls. not being very focused on the task at hand, as there you see Andy using both hands. That's definitely very dangerous in terms of getting called for an unsportsmanlike. If you use one, you can make the argument you're going for the basketball. Let's see the call, and it will be an unsportsmanlike foul against Chen Jungnan. That really shouldn't happen in his 3rd season here in the Plus League. One interesting thing I found about the Pilots last season as the best defensive team in terms of points allowed per game at only 85.4. The next lowest mark was the Dreamers, 92 points. So that's a 7-point gap. But the Pilots actually close to the bottom in terms of steals per game, only 8.9, which is only a teeny bit better than the Kings at 8.8. So they want to get stops and grab the rebound more often than not. So after the free throws, they try to lob it to Andy, but Mullins read it all the way, and a pass down the middle, very dangerous over to Amiga. Good transition play from the Kings, this time winning the 50-50 ball. Tucker pops for the mid-range, too strong as Meeks, getting him a second opportunity. The catch and shoot doesn't miss this time. So Professor Tucker on the game now with 10 points. Li Kaiyan as Li Jiakang almost stopped him on his way, but a foul called by the lead official. There you see just a foolish inbounds or entry pass as Zoe Xiang almost got a steal himself. It looks like his hamstring got aggravated, trying to chase after the play. Made free throw by Kyle. Li Kaiyan was a member of the Kings from the very beginning. He and Jian Youze announced pretty close together. Their biggest ad was Yang Jiming, who won 2 MVPs in a row, but he had his off-court issues actually as the season was going, and you can probably imagine it's not a one-off thing as Li Kaiyan strips Tucker, and it's going to be a loose ball foul against Anthony Tucker. I'd imagine that's just going to be a common foul, kind of an incidental in the way foul, though the home fans want it to be an unsportsmanlike. The referees will go to the monitor. You can probably understand Anthony Tucker very frustrated. Here's the brush, and the left arm is really the key, more so than anything on the lower extremities. The initial fight and kind of that left hand trying to put Li Kaiyan's arm away. I'm looking toward the corner, and it looks like Zoe Xiang's headed to the locker room. And it will be an unsportsmanlike, so one for each team. And just like the Kings kind of had a momentum killer with their U, the Pilots commit one of their own. Great play by Li Kaiyan, who's contributed quite a bit. In the first season was a all-plus league first teamer. And relatively speaking, down year last year. But as Jeremy Lin arrived, the theme for all of them was trying to raise all the ships, raise all boats. Coach Marchand in his 3rd season as a coach of the Kings. Jeremy looks like poked in the eye on his drive. And if they get a shot at Caminos, he is very angry for no reason because there is a foul here. As you see Taoyuan's hand coming in there, and Caminos from the sideline admitting he was wrong about that play. Right now just over emotional as Jeremy will try to shoot these free throws with a poked eye. Yesterday's game, 5 for 6 from the charity stripe. Maybe he doesn't need a C, as famously Michael Jordan from time to time would take free throws with his eyes closed, just basing it off of the familiarity with the motion, the muscle memory. So a only 3-point lead for the Pilots, but a relatively high-scoring affair. That definitely ruined the script I had pregame about defense. Andy up top, looking for Tucker. Dribbling left, given space. Back to Tucker from 45. He lets it go, too strong. Rebound pulled by Jeremy as time will expire. The loop to Daisy as time expired. Thankfully, everybody's okay, but definitely got to bring your hard hat to a Kings Pilots matchup. Heading into halftime, it's Pauian Pilots up by 3. Take a break as we will break things down from halftime here in Xinzhuang.
拿到球的幸运球迷朋友们，来到我们的场中央 ，Hello。好，我们呢跟昨天有点不一样，我们今天将人数提升到了8位。那我们一样时间是3分钟，3分钟的时间。好，麻烦我们的8位，请站好，谢谢。哦，不用站那么远 ，Logo shot 不是叫你们从底线投，来，在中间，再靠近一点。好，规则非常简单，可以助跑，但是不要超过我们的中线。OK， 每人都可以投，继续每个人就是排好队。我们现在谁要第一个？我来抓好了。来，帅哥，第一个，来2，好，来3。 我们中间藏个弟弟4，对，是这边对5、6、7、8，好8位。等一下以此类推哦。这位帅哥，第一位帅哥，等一下你投完之后没进的话，可以到最后面继续排队。3分钟的时间，总共3分钟的时间，3分钟。OK， 准备好，我们计时开始。 第一球投出非常可惜，有点接近哦。究竟谁可以拿到我们 Area 02所提供的联名鞋款 Cherry Scout Reverse Mature？ 究竟会有哪一位幸运得主呢？哎，是我的错觉，还是距离越遥？哇！ 太近了，前面1、2号的朋友，来，我们时间呢剩下最后的2分20秒。哎呦，改换战略非常好，来，哇，好的，来下一位，回到我们的1号。哇，1、2号的朋友呢，弧度是非常的哇。 来，我们的下一位来继续投出，时间还有最后的2分钟。哇哦！我们呢，在这个球框下的工作人员以及摄影师们哦，也要小心一点，不要被球打到了。哇！ 可惜啊，差点就可以把我们的这一双新球鞋把我们带回家。来，投出。
As the Kings put on a half-court shooting contest for a prize of some basketball sneakers. Goes on, we'll try to break down the basketball game between the Pilots and Kings. Xiaohu, Hu Junqi, and Cai Bao Cai Jingjing on the Mandarin broadcast. I'm Ryan Chen on the English play-by-play. At your service, as the early stage of the game kind of not playing to the expectations of how these teams come in as trying to be defense-first-minded teams, and a 62-59 is above average scoring, as it sounds like we have a winner with that half-court shot. Maybe we'll bring up a replay later. As a reminder, the Kings host the Morocco Bolts here in Xinzhuang in November 29th for East Asia Super League competition, trying to go 2-0. The man wearing the right jersey, the black Kings set, with the half-court swish. And congratulations to him and his good bud next to him. One big factor in the first half is Jeremy Lin having 3 fouls, which has kept him out of some rotational minutes that they would have liked him to be out there. He is a relatively efficient 3-for-5 shooting the ball and also has 4 assists to 2 turnovers. The Pilots' aggressive defense has only resulted in 8 fouls, but has led to the Kings shooting 14 free throws, which have they converted on 11 of them. There's the combined team statistics where the shooting splits have been quite strong for both teams, each with 8 3-pointers made, that third row down. Close with a rebounding margin and not too far for the assist department, and equal number of turnovers. I'd imagine in the second half, the teams will try to differentiate themselves. Li Kaiyan also had a strong first half, both offensively and defensively, and perhaps might that factor in to the Kings' offensive game plan in the second half. I haven't seen too much of Christian Inigue, though he has 9 points on efficient 4 or 5 shooting. Kenny Manigault, though, his defensive presence has not been nearly as noteworthy in this game than others. You know, he can be a menace defensively, but the Kings have only had 5 steals, 3 of them by Byron Mullins, as the Pilots want to very intentionally make over-the-top passes into their bigs, whether it's on the pick and roll or whether they're trying to seal the defender on the outside and throw it over the top. But Byron Mullins with 3 steals, he's the #1 guy, and they've gotten a lot of other deflections. But on the Pilot side, they too have been getting in the passing lanes and kind of spoiling the Kings' half-court offense. On a second straight game, the Kings last season were 4 wins and 3 losses in back-to-back games, so a positive record, but there are 3 teams who are even better than them in season 2. That was the Braves, Pilots, and Steelers, respectively. So that might be an area of improvement Coach Marchand and the squad focus on in this campaign. But as we mentioned yesterday, the Kings, on a huge third quarter against the Lioneers, was able to run away with that one, 35-15 in the quarter. Eventually, 13 Kings scored for all 14 made it onto the floor. So in other sense, they can be quite deep. But of course, Wang Bozi and Cai Zhenhao really ended the rotation kind of players. But the roster changes with Joseph Lin out have definitely challenged the backup depth for the Kings. And Sun Junan has made the 3, but has also committed an unsportsmanlike foul. And Venti, coming off the bench, has also railed a 3. We'll see if he can play some more minutes as well. We'll be back with the leading scorers, but a successful marriage proposal. Congratulations to the future happy couple. Oh, there we get it. We have to do the whole thing.
提供圣诞跟跨年夜球场第一排 VIP、第一排双人门票，只要推荐我们的亲友申办新北国王联名卡，并且登录网路银行，就有机会坐到我们的球场第一排，欣赏我们的球赛。那详情呢，请上王道银行新北国王联名卡网站查询。
Watch me dance, dance the night away. My heart could be burning, but you won't see it on my face. Watch me dance, dance the night away. I'll still keep the party running out one hair out of place. Lately, I've been moving close to the edge, still be looking my best. I stay on the beat, you can count on me. I ain't missing no steps. 'Cause every romance shakes and it bends, don't give a damn. When the night's here, I don't do tears, baby, no chance. I could dance, I could dance, I could dance. Watch me dance, dance the night away. My heart could be burning, but you won't see it on my face. Watch me dance, dance the night away. I'll still keep the party running out one hair out of place. When my heart breaks, when my world shakes, I don't play safe, don't you know about me? I could dance, I could dance, I could dance. Even when the tears are flowing like diamonds on my face, I still keep the party going out one hair out of place. Yes, I can. When the tears are flowing like diamonds on my face, yes, I can. Still keep the party going out one hair out of place. I was so high, I did not recognize the fire burning in her eyes. Chaos that controlled my mind. Whispered goodbye, she got on a plane, never to return again, but always in my heart. This love has taken its toll on me. She said goodbye to any time before, and her heart is breaking in front of me, and I have no choice, 'cause I won't say goodbye anymore.
More Plus League English content on our LinkedIn page, P.LEAGUE with a plus symbol. Taoyuan went into the locker room before his team went in at the end of the first half, but donned his jersey and is at least standing on that half of the court with his teammates who are shooting. We'll see if he might make it on the floor for the second half. He did start the game. Leading scorers for the Pilots, from left to right, Kennedy Meeks with 17, Jason Washburn with 13, Anthony Tucker with 10, Andy Dang has 9, and Taoyuan had an early three-pointer, which was a really exciting sign, and actually had a layup in the paint on a nice move. Pilots' strength in the game so far has been their inside scoring, especially when Kennedy Meeks and Anthony Tucker get to work together, whether it's on handoff action or screen and roll. And Meeks has kind of been a matchup problem, as is Jason Washburn, against the Kings, who like to put their local bigs on them if they can. But on their side, Byron Mullins had a hot start with 17 points, followed by Christian Inigwe with 9, Jeremy Lin with 9. Pauian has 8 points. He is number 9. And Chen has 5 points coming off the bench. Going to pick up a few more rotational minutes with Joseph Lin absent for the game with a leg injury sustained yesterday. Hopefully he'll be right for next week and the rest of the season. Byron Mullins gets the highlight package from the first half. His hot shooting from the outside really gave him a lot of confidence, and he added a couple of close scores and is perfect from the line. So he's a spot that the Pilots need to pay a lot of attention to and at least keep somebody stuck on him on the outside, not let him take easy shots. We'll go to break before the start of the second half.
获得林书豪的签名海报。记得所有的签名海报呢数量有限，所以大家一定要把握机会，机会就在今天。感谢各位，那我们继续在下半场为我们新美国加油，打进为我们新美国加油一员。让我们起点往前走要 Crown the City。那我们上方大荧幕有被拍到的朋友，比着帅气动作的这位美女，没错，就是你，来跟大家挥个手好吗 ？Hello， 欢迎来到我们的新庄体育馆，我们的新庄城堡。好，这边也提醒我们这个蝴蝶饼绝对好吃的，好不好？大家记得可以到我们的美食区去购买蝴蝶饼哦。好，然后我们的这个王道银行，王道怎么刚好都拍到大家在吃东西，大家都很害羞这样子。好的，我们的王道银行的联名卡，还有一张遗失的卡在我们的商品部，大家记得呢去领取你的卡，好不好？记得找回原本的主人，你的王道银行联名卡，如果不见得，记得到商品部。好，大家尽速入座，比赛要开始喽。
没事，我们球场是吃东西的，不要担心哈。
对。看他吃的津津有味的样子，就知道我们的蝴蝶饼绝对好吃的。
来了，反应很快哦。这个还有头灯啊。Hello， 蝴蝶饼的部分。
Hello， 我们的小国王 ，Hello， 欢迎来到我们的新庄城堡。哇！两位朋友，好吃吗？好吃比个赞好吗？很好，好吃就好。
我觉得我们今年美食街真的蛮多好吃的。
真的，我跟鹏哥上去逛逛的时候太香了。
其实蛮多小朋友来到我们新庄体育馆。
Hello， 跟我们的大荧幕挥手吗？欢迎来到我们的新庄体育馆，新庄城堡，比赛要继续。
Next week in the Plus League, the Kings are home again, but tip-off is 2:30 in the afternoons, and the Lioneers have their home opener Saturday and a Sunday at 5 p.m. First possession for the Pilots. Tucker getting the screen from Meeks on the pick and pop. It's a three-pointer that's missed. The Pilots have Lu Junxiang, number 69, in for number 0, Zoe Xiang. The Kings have close to the same lineup with Chen Junan in there instead of Su Sixuan. A turnover and a deep pass as PLEAGUE trying to finish strong over Meeks. He does so. Even took in a bump or two there. It's again Tucker and Meeks on the side. Now at the high post. Long, very slow progressing a play as Meeks misses. Jeremy gets to his spot in the mid-range and scores. And right away, the Kings threaten to take the lead after perhaps a stop and a score. is Tucker spinning baseline. He tries. And I don't know if any of the locals have had a touch of the basketball as Meeks goes down. And Nigue able to jam it in with 2. Now the Pilots will run their offense with Tucker going way wide to receive the pass. Over to Meeks, he'll try again, and 0 for 3 at the start of the second half. Jeremy gets the screen from Mullins, now working his way right and fouled and crashed into by another help defender. Having to deal with these lumps now as the Kings now with a 3-point lead and free throws coming up. Finally, the official who's supposed to clean up the floor reacts as there's a wet spot on the elbow. Now ready to go. Jeremy with a couple free throws coming up. Was 2 for 2 in the first half. Now 1 for 1 in the second half. One more coming up. There's moms seated in the audience section of the lower levels, and dad sitting courtside, I think I saw, as Chen bumps on the baseline. Be the first foul for the Kings, as the scorer bug is missing that Pilots foul. Just a little bit late. Amdi guarded by Nigue. As the Kings showing off this zone. Tucker from 32 feet. And a beautiful made 3 from the outside. Jeremy answers no. Almost answers right back as Jackie stumbles with his dribble. Man defense as Tucker floats it short. Kyle trying to put on the moves. A tough layup is pulled down by Amdi. Meeks, nobody checks him as he gets the easy lay-in. Good find by Tucker as Pilots even it up at 67, while our scoreboard gives a little R&R in game. And Nigue's catch and shoot. Has a pretty good shooting motion. Tucker beats his man and the ball crawls in. Extended run for the Pilots. Jeremy and Mullins. Little two-man game. The entry pass is poked away by the Pilots. Byron Mullins had that one stripped away from him. Put in a dangerous spot as 69. Lu Jingxiang is crashed into. 3 free throws coming up. Very aggressive contest by Li Kaiyan. I mean, he used 2 hands, but went chest to chest there with Lu Jingxiang. That's not how they teach you how to contest. Now this is curious. They're going to say it's not a shooting foul, and it's on the follow-through. (69-67) for the Pilots. There's 7.5 left in the third as Tucker tries to dribble through the entire Kings defense and pops it up. And a kick ball. Looks like it'll stay with the Pilots. The Kings caught a break with that bad contest by Lee Kai-yin, and now the Pilots catch a break as Jackie goes to the glass, scores it with a runner. It's a whistle as Byron Mullins trying to stretch himself out. He and Amdi are working off something in the inner thighs. Here you see him kind of colliding on that rebounding attempt. He'll stay in the game. Jeremy behind the free throw line. It's good. Justin high off the glass. Meeks getting the rebound and thinking better than to shoot it on the way down as Jackie will try from the corner. Bang! The mismatch as Jackie takes it away from Jeremy. Driving to the basket, a little lay-in, and it's going to be a Kings timeout. 6:29 left on the clock. It's the Pilots jumping out to a strong start here in the second half. You're watching the Plus League, Game 6. It's the Pilots up by 7.
We don't need to switch. We switch when touch the base.
You don't want to help in on.
No, we
we're putting the lift guy and it's single set like they're coming this way. You don't want us to help, right?
No, stay.
Stay with the lift guy. They don't really
We can be when it's yes, when it's really clear. When it's really clear weak side, we go more.
A good run from the Pilots led by Jackie Lee Jiakong, a corner three, then a steal and a fast break score. And the Kings calling timeout, making a personnel change to bring Kenny Manigault in. Anthony Tucker out there like a second coach for the Pilots. Very active in the timeout if you're watching on the YouTube broadcast. Taoyuan has also checked in the game. Jeremy finding some space, but will miss the runner. Anigwe can't get the follow-up. Taoyuan has got a little pep in his step now. To Meeks crashing into a help defender and a charge. Let's see if he was in the restricted area. That's just what Caminos is indicating. It's definitely worth another look, but not a call that they can review. Well, Jeremy takes another lump, but gets a turnover out of the Pilots. Another look. Yeah, he's outside the restricted area. He probably have done well with a pump fake there, but Jeremy's not exactly the defender that to get very jumpy. Taoyuan goes out and JJ, he goes right to the cup, lays it in. Jason Washburn finally up from the bench as Tucker will get the basket and one. The class classic Anthony Tucker kind of spin move after a misdirection. Kind of wonder how he can create such a big opportunity. One important factor is how he takes advantage of the defense pressing up on him from so far away from the basket. He's have a little bit more runway to pick up speed. And this free throw as Manigault pulls it down. JJ on the pin down, a dribble, and the shot is left short. Bounce right back to him. Lee Cayenne will let it go. And a beauty. All net with that one. Tucker over Taoyuan, a quick fire three. No, as Washburn, team rebound by the Kings though. Andy out of position as Jeremy throws the layup. And a good recovery by Washburn to force another miss. Quickly the other way, it's Manigault, very physical with that foul. Will send Jackie to the line. More free throws for the Pilots. Manigault typically so good with his hands and did get a lot of ball, but also threw off Jackie by so much. Jiao Kong bottoms the first free throw. He's got 11 points on his night. And in the third quarter, 7 points. Andy and Tucker will go off for, I think that's Meeks and Ethan Bayalton. Mullins will miss from beyond the arc. Trying to go down low. Meeks off the backboard. Mullins saving it inbounds. Good effort by number 5. And here come the Kings on the run. Lee Cayenne left wide open. He doesn't miss. 2 in a row for number 9. That is a problem the Pilots often have, is crowding the paint too much on in transition. Manigault threatening to steal it as force Meeks to the corner. Ethan, beautiful spin move, but rejected by Mullins, saying he batted off of Ethan. He wants to review it. The Kings can review it as Marchand is being patient. There's a substitution coming in, and he doesn't have to make the call right away, but it looks like he will go to the IRS on the challenge, get another look. Ethan, initially a great move, getting Mullins in the wrong way, but that's just too much length, and I think Mullins has a great argument. Might have brushed off of Ethan's hand on the way out. We haven't had that many IRS challenges this weekend here in Xinzhuang, but very quickly the referees are out from beyond the monitor, and it will be Kings basketball, a chance to tie. Pilots third quarter, 7 points for Tucker, 9 points for Jackie. And on the King side, they spread it out a little bit more. 6 for Jeremy, 6 for Kyle, 4 for Anigwe, Mullins this time marked by Washburn out on the perimeter as they switch and switch back. Nice floated pass as Mullins, good hands, tips it in. I was just going to say, that felt like a Byron Mullins score the whole way. Washburn, deep two on the way, very short. Venti, good crossover to stay away. Big Sushi left alone from the corner. And again, the Pilots don't match up in transition. Good job by the Kings to punish them. They now have a 2-point lead. And a look at previously just a two-man game, no bigs inside to bump Mullins, who makes a great adjustment by tapping it in. An interesting, no, he doesn't use the glass at all, as I thought. And over on this side, Venti to Big Sushi, who usually shoots his threes from the top, but he's finding success from the corner. That's his second one of the game. Speaking of three-point shooting on the game, the Kings are now at 41%, 11 for 27. And 6 individuals have made three-pointers on the game, spreading the wealth in a strong fashion. On the other side, the Pilots on the quarter have committed 3 turnovers, and that's just enough fuel in the tank for the Kings who want to get to running. Caminos has got to instill in his players that in transition, they got to find a body and not just retreat to the basket, giving up 2 three-pointers on the quarter in transition. Washburn thinking about it, taking a pretty useless dribble there, and next find Meeks trying to get the foul off glass and in. The window's going to need a lot of cleaning after the Pilots have come through town. Mullins' turn on the block. A whistle, he's got it. An and one for Byron Mullins, who's trying to get some love from Caminos, head coach of the Pilots. Another look at the move he put on there, feeling the hand of Jason Washburn. Great control, no need for the backboard, says Mullins. He's got the hot hand tonight. So much for the Pilots timeout. Down low to Meeks. Fakes out Mullins, and the second effort is good. So extended minutes with both teams not playing their top point guard. Skip pass to JJ, putting on a move. Connects on the mid-range. That was a lot of effort to get to that shot. Ethan to Meeks to Washburn. He tries from deep and short again. Can't really say not being in condition is excused. The Pilots have played 4 games, you could say, in the preseason. Pass right to Jason Washburn, looking for a teammate. He turns it over. And Byron Mullins on the feed from his good bud, Kenny Mandigal. Right now, the Pilots are all out of sorts. Sung Ray will try to line up, and he hits. Another one of those local guards for the Pilots who's pretty tough on defense, but really needs to do more on the offensive end, like shooting and making open threes. Venti getting the screen from Mullins. Pilots match up well until he's got a little sliver of daylight. Byron Mullins can't make it another. Out of bounds, they say, off of a pilot. Kenny Manigault was in there. A lot to handle. But here you see Mullins gassed. He'll head to the bench for Christian Enigue coming in. JJ on the catch and shoot. Sure, but Enigue in the right spot. He follows it up with 2. No one got a body on him. Manigault with those long arms. Got a lot of body there. It's only the Kings' 4th team foul. Oh no, it is now free throws. Our score table needs to kind of keep up. And it's Manigault's 4th, but I don't think Coach Marchand is all that concerned. Now that in the Plus League, you can dress 3 import players. 2 can be on the court at all times. Jeremy Lin's checked into the game, so that's got to be a little concern. But it's only 1 possession to end the 3rd, perhaps. Missed by Tony Ray, who's got that 1 made 3 from this quarter, and then misses them both. Manigault skying for the rebound. Here come the Kings. You know it's going to be a Jeremy pick and roll. Here it comes, moving right. Washburn in his face, slip pass to Enigue. The time running out, coughs it up. Washburn gets the pass off, but it won't be in time for a last-second shot. The Kings have taken the lead, heading in the 4th and final frame of this one. Take a short break, fans, and back for hopefully an exciting finish here in Xinzhuang.
3分红心，让我们的新庄城堡继续下去，3分雨。Hello， 这位大宝宝美女，没错，跟我们的微笑射手一起比出3的动作。Hello，Yeah，Yes sir。哇 ，Hello， 哇，不用那么用力的戳自己的脑袋，没关系哦。Hello， 欢迎来到我们的新庄城堡。Yeah， 跟我们的微笑射手佑哲一起比出3的动作。哇哦，这个是我们的资深球迷 ，Let's go， 能量最满 ，Yes sir。Hello， 欢迎来到我们的新庄城堡，可以跟我们一起比个3吗 ？Yeah。4, 3, 2, 1, now. Yeah！ 博智也要3分，我帮你讲出来转达了 ，OK，Yes sir。欢迎来到我们新庄城堡 ，Hello 美女跟我们的佑哲一起比个3好吗 ？Yeah！ 欢迎你们来到我们新庄城堡，哇，已经看向镜头了，这个眼神锁死了 ，Let's go！ 欢迎来到我们的新庄城堡 ，Hello 弟弟，哇，这个态度可以 ，Yes sir。
Plus League 球迷 ，Oh my basketball， 是我本人在 IU 馆学英吧教你的篮球的英文术语，欢迎大家点资讯栏的链接一起学习。Oh, the fans in attendance tonight have came prepared. A lot of 3 indicators when they get on screen here at the new big monitor here in Xinzhuang Gymnasium. Looking for JJ, getting a couple down screens, but forced out. Over to the right side, Su Xuan will miss as Anigue will give him a second look. The reload, no. Tapped out to fellow King as Jeremy bumps and misses, and it's a frustrating trip for the Kings as Anigue a little too physical. Caminos is arguing, but there was a foul called to protect his player. I don't know what he's all worked up for. So the Pilots dodged many, many bullets to open up the fourth quarter. So Meeks tries it and misses badly to the left. One and done as here come the Kings. Jeremy will be fouled as Ethan tried to get in front of them. Yes, that was number 30, Pauian. Pretty good defensive effort, but that foul's going to go the offensive player's way every time. This time from the corner, Jeremy floats it to Mullins, who finds Anigue, who outmuscles Pauian on the block that time. Quickly, just as the quarter begins, Anthony Tucker is ready to check in. Taoyuan trying to get to the cup, and at least we'll get a foul out of the play. Byron Mullins trying to keep up on a switch here. You see he reached in with his right arm, and no, pulling it out doesn't make it less of a foul. Udrishang was also checking out along with Ethan. Udrishang 1 for 6 shooting for 5 points. Still searching for rhythm. Throw with that one. They double team somewhere as there's a whistle on the floor. Kennedy Meeks and Byron Mullins going the hardwood after a little collision. Hopefully both are all right. Meeks is walking around with a limp, and Mullins still seated on the deck. Get another look as the Pilots double team, but leave a man open, as there you see contact up high, contact down low. Kind of delayed. Byron Mullins was kind of squatted before taking a seat. A little bit for the mop to go to work, so everybody can recover. Lee Kai-in inbound. Mullins on a catch and shoot. So close. Backdoor as Lee Jiakong overshoots the hook shot there with Jeremy Lin out of position. Quickly the other way, there's a mismatch. Mullins on Tucker. He's screening for Jeremy, who wants Anigue to come instead. Faking out Meeks and a missed shot. Kind of curious. I need to see that one again as Tucker throws it over the head of Taoyuan out of bounds. Not a lot of rhythm in this fourth quarter. Manigault will come in. Now it's Taoyuan's great job to guard Jeremy as Chen now goes backdoor up high to Byron Mullins, who gets it off glass. So it works for both teams over here. Andy will try this time without the help of the backboard. Good counter from the Pilots, keeping it to a 2-possession game. Jeremy might have got away with some steps there. Tucker keeping Kyle away, and he bangs a 3. Finally, the Pilots finding some rhythm, and they cut the deficit to 2 as the Kings electing to call the timeout. Stick around after this break. We'll be back to the action.
And 尖叫声给我们新北国大的 New Taipei Queens。
Welcome back to the broadcast. On the schedule, the last television timeout, and after we were a little bit late to get back. It's the teams who have a little extra time to talk it over. There you see previously Amdi with a made 3, and then Tucker off of a dribble move. Does have that height advantage against a lot of the local guards here in Taiwan, so you can get that shot off cleanly. Manigault will have a jump pass to Lee Pauian. The mechanics were a little bit off there. Taoyuan Ray will race ahead. Tough finish over Countryman. Go to coast to coast for number 2. Manigault will try. Can't make his first 3 yet. And the Pilots now have a team on the run. Being smashed up by Manigault. Will try the dribble, step back, wow. I think somewhere between a pass and a shot. Tucker will come away with it. Pilots now very quickly have taken this lead. Dangerous pass there, but Tucker, a tough corner shot. Off iron, and Mullins will pull it down. There's a hold from the side by Taoyuan Ray as Jeremy was making a move.
Number 2, Taoyuan Ray from South Substitution, 双方请求换人。
Venti will check into the game for, I think it's Byron Mullins, as Manigault and Inigue are the import duo for the Kings. Lee Pauian with a hand in his face this time as the outside shooting for the Kings has dried up. They are 1 for 8. As Tucker saving his energy for the 4th, it seems. He'll try this deep 2. Manigault, tricky timing layup, kind of calms the water for the Kings. Jackie's got a crease over the defense. And the Pilots locals are finding success at the rim. Out to Venti to the corner. Lee Pauian. Ooh, recovers for a beautiful swish. Benjamin takes a slip, but Tucker electing to pass as Washburn had the better shot underneath. Good patience there by the Pilots. To the corner, Lee Pauian once again. No, but Inigue fouled from behind. Count it. Taking another hit, but able to finish as the Pilots leave a man open and also leave a rebounder open. Getting a look at Andy coming in and whacking Inigue pretty hard. Looks like the referees are going to look it over. And there is room for an unsportsmanlike there. We have seen it before on a play like that. If I remember correctly, just last night, Mike Fiba for the Lioneers were trying to block a shot just like that and hit the King on the face. It resulted in an unsportsmanlike foul. Well, could be a momentum-changing play again. And it will be an unsportsmanlike. Well, if you block the ball cleanly, you don't need to worry. So 2 free throws coming up from Inigue. Very quietly, I could offer 19 points, 11 rebounds. Manigault trying to receive back to the basket. As Venti working with Inigue. Big sushi from the top. That's his familiar spot. Finding more success this time as the Kings now make it a 4-point lead. Motion play as Tucker is redirected by Manigault. He'll try from deep. He hits it. Great response from the Pilots. Anthony Tucker in his Pilots debut, 23 points. Back to give Manigault a step. He probes left. Tough shot. Really right into the hands of the defense, but Manigault finishes anyways. Tucker and Washburn on the screen and roll. Poked away from behind. Venti will walk it up. Manigault doubled. Sushi, a little jump pass out of bounds. Could have been disaster for the pilots there, doubling and not rotating. There's James confident now. And Anthony Tucker, he can really do it going either way. Venti kind of trapped as the ball off the Kings, they say. They can elect to challenge again. And they will do so as it went through a lot of pilots. So crew chief Lai Jinzong will be summoned over, as is in regulation for the crew chief to join one of his colleagues on a video replay review, unless he's the calling official. Then it's supposed to be the #1 umpire to give it another look. So Hong Zi-san was just in the middle of everyone. Oh, actually dribbled it off his own foot. So Washburn's face. That does look like the last human to touch the basketball. Off of Venti, off of Washburn. Oh, well, Venti does swipe at it. That'll be an interesting video replay review. Washburn's face. I mean, Venti could smack it into Washburn's face a second time. That's really not good for your facial care routine. Let's see the call. And it'll stay with the Kings with 6 seconds left on the shot clock. I'm sure both teams were drawing up an offensive play. For the pilots, no matter if they go right away or if they have to get a stop first. Checking with the score table, it looks like they're all ready to go. Century then to inbound. Manigault up top, not a lot of time. Fires from way deep, and it'll fall to the arms of Anthony Tucker. But stolen by Kenny Manigault, one man to beat, as the ball gets stuck behind the Global Mall signs. I think the pilots want to contend there was an offensive foul. They might need an assistance with getting the basketball. Take another look at the out of bounds. That's definitely a tricky play by Professor Tucker there, swiping up with it. I think both teams have an argument for this out of bounds. So they already brought in the spare basketball, but the mop guy is going to work behind the basket. And risking his fingers, gets the ball out cleanly. So in the end, it's going to be a Pilot's foul, it seems. I mean, definitely not what you're expecting as officials, swiping up like that. It can be a dangerous play. Can hit the offensive player in the face, but theoretically you can hit him whichever way you swing, as Manigault planks the first free throw. On his second effort, does make the adjustment. Manigault now with 9 points. Too high screen as they're looking for Jason Washburn from center field. Hits it. Jason Washburn is fired up. I haven't mentioned his name in a little bit. Number 42 has 18 points as Jeremy looking for Mullins. The foul comes as they do get a prevent the basket. This time a little bit more conventional with the pocket pass. Mullins is still taking some inventory, kind of stretching out the muscles, his inner thighs. Got a grimace too. Let's see how he does at the line. He stays perfect, 6 for 6 now. Chance for the Kings to go up by 3. Byron Mullins unstoppable from the line. Tucker moving all the way left. The action goes the other way. Ray missed a pass as it's Big Sushi who takes the inadvertent bump. I mean, both teams have scored in the hundreds, but it is a very, very physical game. Get another look at Manigault swiping from the side as it's going to be his 5th personal foul. Now 3 minutes to go. If Coach Marchand thinks Manigault's the man, he'll keep him out there. Jeremy Lin can also be a good help defender. Big Sushi, obviously somebody they want to develop more. Byron Mullins looking for Jeremy. Shot fake, going to his bag. Out to Venti, over to Manigault from the right side. It's up and in. Number 55, Kenny Manigault, would be a good sign for the Kings. Jason Washburn taking it on the dribble. Lucky to hang on to as Kenny Manigault picks the pocket. A little short time and a one-handed jam. Coach Caminos saw enough. It's a 6-point new Taipei Kings lead. So 5-point runs have kind of been a trend here on the game. Lee Kai-in had one of those for himself in the first half, and now it's Kenny Manigault. They left him open as his outside shooting has not really been a factor in the game at all, and now a little one-handed stuff. Anticipating the Anthony Tucker catch. A critical timeout for Coach Caminos and the Pilots. They only have 1 full timeout left, the rest of 2 minutes and 31 seconds. Kenny Manigault, if there was a dunk contest, probably would be a front runner for as much elevation as you can get out of his, let me be accurate with this, his 6'4" frame. So Pilots out of their huddle first as we get you every single video replay from we have 8 cameras in here by my count. The announced attendance for tonight, 4,086. As Tucker guarded by Lee Kai-in. Through pass to Washburn, back to Tucker. He quick fires 3 and he's unstoppable. with only the basket in his sights. Mullins is in there, screens as Jeremy's bumped off the spot, and it will be free throws for the Kings. The Kings themselves have one foul to give. Getting a look at all the attention Jason Washburn draws. That'll be a challenge for Lee Kai-yen to stay connected with Anthony Tucker as his assignment. There you see Washburn bumping Jeremy Lin. Only his third personal. There's Mrs. Lin. As Jeremy goes 2 for 2. 2-possession game. Lee Jiakang denied. As Washburn screens, and now Byron Mullins bumps Tucker on the sideline. No more fouls to give for the Kings. The Pilots on the night, not nearly as proficient. They're pretty good at 74% from the line tonight. Tucker, another one. Not this time, as the long rebound goes to the Pilots. Over to Jackie. Not exactly a screen by Tucker. Running low on time. It's a foul on the sideline. Interesting to what Lai Jin-zong saw. It's going to be on number 9. Let's get another look. Looks in pretty okay position, but there have been a lot of sideline fouls on the game. Jiakang with his first miss. Last season only had 4 attempts and made all 4 of them. That's a pretty incredible stat. But misses them both, and a strong rebound by Mullins. So you can consider it a big stop for the Kings. Jeremy's got Jason Washburn, a deep 3 on the way, no. Good play by Kyle to bounce it off of Tony Ray's leg, and an extra possession for the Kings. You kind of see the fatigue kind of settling into the Pilots locals. Seconds shot clock as they're looking over Kyle's way. He's got an open catch and shoot. That might be it for the new Taipei Kings as the Pilots calling their last timeout of the game. They do have their player 30-second timeout if they can pull off a miracle, but Lee Kai-yen with a 20-point game. Yesterday's contest, the 7 points on 3 of 9 shooting are coming alive in this contest, trying to give the Kings a 3-win and no-loss start to the season. In the first game of the year, just a couple points away from the 20 mark, 18 on 7 of 12 shooting. The one takeaway from the Kings in that game, they did have 20 turnovers themselves. They've done a great job taking care of the rock. In this fourth quarter, only 1 turnover while forcing 5 by the Pilots. Pilots have also had a pretty strong fourth quarter themselves shooting the basketball, but those 5 turnovers are right now proving to be killer. Less than a minute to go. Washburn on the block, trying to put the moves on Byron Mullins as Tony Ray forces up a 3. They need to find their best free throw shooter. It's Jeremy getting around Anthony Tucker and trying to play keep away. Too late for a foul now as Jeremy blocked by Amdi. A sliver of hope starts with this play. Good hands by Kyle. He takes it away. And that might be just about it for the Kings. As Mullins puts an exclamation point on this game. It was a pretty strong showing from the Pauian Pilots, but they're going to come away with a first game road loss against the new Taipei Kings, last year's #1 seed, and off to a strong start. In 2 weeks, they remain undefeated in the Plus League. Thanks, fans, for tuning in. Be sure to leave a like, and if you're inclined, stay tuned for the player or coach interview in the postgame. There you see the final score, 123 for the Kings, 113 for the Pilots, and as told by my colleague Quan Lee of the league, it's been almost 9 months since the Pilots scored 100 points in the regular season, back on February 7th, and this brand of basketball is going to be pretty exciting, with Anthony Tucker providing a huge spark, getting the start and having a good showing. So both teams a break from their huddle as they get officially introduced in the regular season for the first time. There you see Jason Washburn and Byron Mullins. No need to exchange headbands. But as customary, Jeremy Lin will sign a jersey and sign his sneakers to give away as we catch up to our Mandarin broadcast colleagues, Xiao Hu and Cai Bao. It's Li Kaiyan with the headset.
确实不轻松啦，因为就是我可能要负起去守塔克的责任，那其实对我的体力消耗蛮多的。对，那后面几个外线要把握住，那帮助球队呢赢下这场比赛。
Li Kaiyan sharing that guarding Anthony Tucker is kind of tough for him, but he was lucky enough to hit his shots and come away with a victory.
嗯，其实也没有泄气，也就是觉得，因为我应该把球投进。那如果机会来，我还是会继续把它把握住。所以，对。
Sharing that he never really got down on himself and will continue to take his open opportunities. Now asked about how the different roles from night to night have been for him.
其实他从回来就是回归球队到现在，其实陆续也有一些大小的伤，那就是期待他慢慢的调整状态，把状态调整到最好，然后我们一起去赢下每一场比赛。
Saying that teammates been dealing with injuries. We'll have to adjust and hopefully have a strong push toward the end. Now asked to, then finally saying that they want to keep this winning streak up and be the dominant team and accomplish all their goals. And his family in attendance. And a really well-played game. The score difference might be 10 points, but the new Taipei Kings had to really dig deep and try to win this offensive shootout in the end. So we can kind of tear up last year's script as this season is now underway. The Pilots trying to take advantage of the new import rules. Kennedy Meek started, but it was Jason and Washburn and Anthony Tucker for most of the way down the stretch. Meanwhile, on the Kings side, Christian Inigue as a substitute for either Byron Mullins or Kenny Manigault, I think was also a kind of a factor not to be forgotten in the game. The preseason, the Pilots did get a victory against the Lioneers, but have lost 3 straight if you include the Dreamers Invitational and the Taoyuan City game they played against the Leopards. So they're, myself included, we're kind of worried and concerned about the Pilots' form. But if they're going to play this strong at the home of last year's #1 seed, they certainly have things to look forward to on the season. They will play at home for the first time on week 5. We'll go to a break before one last analysis here from Xinzhuang. There's Anthony Tucker and his wife Allison and a child. Happy to see them back in Taiwan. Anthony Tucker, that is, especially. But being able to bring his family and share what it's like to be in Taiwan has got to be exciting for us, and hopefully they have a great time. And the season has certainly started off on a positive note for them. Looking at the box scores from the game before we show you the team stats. Tucker put in 26 points on a pretty decent and efficient 9 for 18 shooting. He, though, was only second in the leading scorer to Byron Mullins, who had 31 points. Over on the team side, the Kings rebounding, I think, played a big factor, as the Pilots had a lot of second opportunities in the first half, but the Kings secure more rebounds on the game and eventually turn the ball over less. And the first person you think of when it comes to steals is Kenny Manigault, who really closed out this game with that made three-pointer and the steal and score. The Kings with a victory 123, I believe the highest scoring mark of the season. Next week, the Kings are home once again, and they play the Pilots in a little mini 2-game series, but at 2:30 on a Saturday here in Xinzhuang. And the Lioneers will open up their home portion of the schedule by hosting the Dreamers at Hsinchu County Stadium. That game is at 5 p.m. So fans with just 6 days until the next Plus League games, slate of games come up. And don't forget, a lot of midweek games will get started on December 19th. Well, on behalf of our broadcast partners, the 6 teams in the league, and our league operations, I'm Ryan Chen, and we'll see you in the next one.